Now I would like to introduce Mindy Rosenthal. She's our Vice President and Senior Communications Consultant to get us going. Mindy?
Okay, and I also want to thank you and welcome you to our presentation today, which, as you know, is called Fine Wine Improves with Age. Most websites don't. Presenting with me today are my colleagues John Fawcett, who is manager of our in-house design group, and Alice Delgado, a senior consultant in our administration and technology practice. To get started, I have to admit that yes, we somewhat shamelessly included wine in our webinar title to get your attention, and thankfully it seems to have worked. We figure that most people like a good wine and know that left alone, uncorked, and untouched, wine mellows with age and generally it gets better. Not so, unfortunately, with your participant website, which is what we're really here to talk about today. Left alone and untouched, your website simply gets old. So we want to share some ideas to keep that from happening. First, site should have an overall inviting look and feel to draw your visitors in, like, say, a friendly doormat that says, come on in, kick off your shoes, and stay for a while. Not like one that says, keep your shoes on and run away as fast as you can. It may seem obvious, but all too often, websites give off messages like these if they're not especially interesting, or worse, if they never change. In other words, by maintaining outdated or unchanged content, you're pretty much telling your participants to go away, to take a hike. And we know you may feel there are just not enough hours in the day to devote a sizable chunk of time to finding new content for your website. That's why we want to share some quick and easy ideas to make any participant website more engaging and more effective. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Our first topic is what we call mastering maintenance, where we'll focus on website metrics, understanding how people use your website, and some tricks of the trade for easy upgrades. Then we'll talk about best practices for writing for the web, how to make large PDFs more accessible on your website, using video, making your website mobile-friendly, and finally, some important security issues in social media, which of course includes websites. So now let's start with mastering maintenance. Before you even think about making changes to your website, you should take a look at your site's user statistics. And what you see here, what you're looking at, is a report from Google Analytics, which is easy to use, powerful, and provides a wealth of valuable information. And get this, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Of course, it's not appropriate for pages with protected health information, or PHI, but that's not what we're talking about today. Now, as you can see on this slide, Google Analytics provides statistics like how many visits your site is getting, the number of page views, which pages are getting the most views, and how much time users are spending on your site. It gives you raw numbers, it gives you percentages and graphs, all in a pretty easy-to-read format. If you want to get a little more sophisticated, Google Analytics also lets you compare site statistics between two time periods, so you can see if and how your traffic and other statistics change over time. Here, for example, we're comparing site visits in October of this year, 2012, which is the blue line, to visits in October of last year, which is the orange line. And while this alone can be very helpful, there's much, much more available, and a lot has been written about Google Analytics. Chances are, if you have a question about how your site is being used, Google Analytics can help you answer it.